welcome back to my online teaching platform. We are still looking at some applications of differentiation as one of the aspects of calculus. We are focusing on small changes. Okay, so if we have two quantities where one is a function of the other and there's a small change in one, we like to know the corresponding change that will occur in the other quantity. So that's what we are looking at now. And this is a set question under small changes. So we have a cube whose side is increased by 50%. Okay, so that is the increment. That's the change that has occurred. And we have to find a corresponding percentage increase in the volume. You should know that anytime you have a cube and you have increased the size of the cube, it's going to affect the volume and even the surface area. The moment you have increased the size of the cube, the volume automatically increases. All right. So we are to find the percentage increase in the volume as the side of the cube also increases. So let us start work. We have our solution here. Right. So we have, let us now get our cube. Let me draw my cube here. For a cube, if you know the properties, all the sides are equal. All the sides are equal. I'm just sketching. It's not drawn to scale, please. So this is L. All the sides are equal. So because the question is based on volume and length, we know the length to be L. So let us now deduce the formula for finding volume of a cube. Volume of a cube is the area of the base, that is the square base, length times the height, which is the same as the length, so times L. And this will give us L to the power of 3. So this becomes the formula for finding volume of a cube. Now, the side of the cube has been increased by 50%. Okay, you know that the side of the cube is denoted by L. So, and it has been increased by 50%. Okay, increased by 50%. So the increment that will occur will be 50% of the initial or the actual length. So the small increment, the increment that we are going to get to be half of the L. So this simply means that if you have 10 series and 10 series has been increased by 50%, what is the increment? It means you are going to get 15 series, but the increment on it is the 5 series that has been added. And you will see that half of 10 series is 5 series. And our focus is only on the increment. So you don't add the L back to, you don't add 0.5 L to L again. Now, when you add the 0.5 L to the L, it means you're rather getting the new value. You are not finding the change. Our focus is only on the change that has occurred. So just 50% of the length will give us the change that has occurred. All right. Now let us continue. Now we are finding the percentage increase in the volume. So let us find our dV, dr. So sorry, yeah, there's no r. Okay, in the formula we have the volume is V with respect to what? L. Okay, we have a function V in terms of L. So dV dl is equal to small change in V divided by small change in what? L. All right. So very, very simple. So let us differentiate our. So let's look at our let's take the left hand side of the formula. dV dl will give us 3L squared. We are differentiating this particular function. All right. So let us also bring our small change in L. Our small change in L is 0.5 L. That is 50% of the L. That is the increment. Okay. So we can now substitute this component into the formula, which is dV the L, sorry, is equal to small change in V divided by small change in what? L, alright? So we know our dV, the L to be 3L squared equal to the small change in V. The focus is on the small change in V. That's what we are focusing on. Divided by the small change in L, which is 0.5 L, alright? 0.5 L. So we can now cross multiply. So you are going to get 3L squared times 0.5 L is equal to the small change that has occurred in what? V. That's the volume. Alright, I hope you are getting it. So let's continue. You are going to get 3 times 0.5 will give us 1.5. That is half of 3. So you can equally verify with your calculator and you get 1.5. Then L times L squared, sorry. We have L squared here and another L here. So we are going to get L exponent 3 equal to the small change in what? V. So this becomes a small change in V. Alright. But we are to find the percentage increase. This is the increment that has occurred in the volume, but we have to find a percentage increase. So percentage increase will be the increment in V, that's the change in V divided by V times 100%. So percentage increase in the volume equal to the change in volume divided by the volume itself times 100 what percent, right? Now we know the change to be this value 1.5 L with L having a power of 3, and we know the volume to be, we have a form, from the volume formula, we have V to be equal to L cube, all right? So it means we are going to replace the V here, which is the denominator here, with 8 components. So V is equal to L cube. So we bring L cube over here in place of the V, then times 100%. Okay, so let's continue. V cube divides V cube. So we are going to get the result to be 1.5 times 100 what percent. So when you multiply this, you are going to get 150%. Okay, so you conclude that the therefore the percentage increase in the volume is equal to 150 what degrees. All right. Okay. So this is how we have to answer or get a solution to this problem. I hope you really enjoyed the lesson. Please do not forget to share my videos for others to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you can equally share it on other social media platforms. Thank you for watching. Bye.